be something you've never seen before because we all use the internet, but there are a lot of things we don't know that is really, really happening underneath the hood. So from the last session, I don't know if you can't see my screen. Just send me a message so that I'll make some adjustments from my side. So from the last session, we recognize this because I've been talking about it for like a couple of sessions. But some of you may be wondering that what are these arrows? We have this request arrow. We have these sorry, what's this? We have this response arrow pointing back. I mean, it's kind of magic. Like I just told you, we send off the IP address to the server responds with some files. But this is just like magic. What do they mean? What does these arrows, what do they mean? So we are going to talk about that in this section, and we are going to do that with a diagram I found on the internet, which is this diagram here. Hold on, please. I want to confirm some people to join us. A moment. So, as some of you may know, as some of us know, the way we connect in our homes and at work, the way we connect is usually we use Wi-Fi. Sometimes some people still use the Ethernet cables or LAN, and connecting through those. But for now, let's just focus on the fact that we have a home, which is this home, this building here. We have a home and we have Wi-Fi, and this Wi-Fi essentially gives us internet from the router. So you can see this little person here in black, at the top left corner here, very close to the top left corner. So you can see this little person over here working hard with a router next to him. So this router is connected all the way to something called a modem. And the modem is something that allows the modem is something that allows the ISP, which is the internet service provider. So in this example, I'm using MTN as an example in this session. So the modem is something that allows the internet service provider, this white building here. If you can't see this image, just let me know so that I'll try to like work things around. So the modem is something that allows this internet service provider, this big white building over here, to connect to it. So the modem connects with the signal towers here. Let's say you have a modem in your home and you're using Wi-Fi, and the modem receives network from where? From this service tower. I'm very sure we've been seeing this in some of our areas. You see MTN. Okay, we call it mast. So the modem is something that allows this internet service provider to connect to it. So the modem connects with this tower, this mast, that transfers the signals of, let's say, on my laptop, I type in google.com into my browser, or maybe whatever websites. It might be facebook.com, it might be twitter.com. So it receives, so the ISP receives these messages. And then this is why I picked the pictures so that I can show us like everything is connected through cable, through wire. So everything is connected. You are in your house, you send a request, your modem help you to send a request to the mast, and the mast is connected through cables to your ISP, internet service provider. And again, like I said the other time, I'm very sure at some point we've seen some people digging the ground along the roads, burying cables, and you'll be like, what are they using the cables for? Is it from PHTN or something? Actually, it's from your internet service providers like MTN and the likes. So once the ISP gets the request, they are going to connect, they are going to send your request, and they are connected to this magical blue cable over here that is connected to the internet backbone. And something that is really, really important in this image is that there is a Wi-Fi over here, which is over the here, but at the end of the day, everything is kind of connected through cables, as you can see here with these orange cables. And from the internet service provider, everything is connected through cables to the internet backbone. So one of you, or some of you, or many of you, or all of you might be wondering, what the hell is this internet backbone of a thing? I know, I know. I sent a request. I know. I've been seeing masts in my area. I know there is MTN office, and I know I subscribe to MTN data services. But why is MTN sending my data to this internet backbone? And besides, what is this internet backbone about? It sounds cool, but this is kind of vague. So I found a really cool thing that we can do together. So let's just open up Google Chrome. Um, Come in. So I'm going to share my Google Chrome screen with you, with us. So I'm going to send this website to us so that we can actually also um, um, practice by ourselves. So I'm going to send it to the chat window. But then after the class, I'm going to send it to our email addresses so that we can practice at home. So I'm sorry, my network might be kind of slow. So if we go to the submarinecable.com, okay. So if you go over here, you actually see the internet backbone. This is the internet backbone. Though it's still loading, but at least we can give it for like, let's give it like maybe some seconds and get the response back from the server. Okay. So if you go over here, you actually see the internet backbone. This is how everything is connected. All these colored lines are cables that are connected from one country to another, from one location to another. So I'm going to explain how everything works, and it's something you actually don't know before. It's something you've heard about cables, you've heard about sending requests, and you've heard about servers. Your server is in UK, your server is in Spain, and you think like, then how am I getting responses back? I have my friend in the UK. We are chatting. You are sending information back and forth, and everything seems like a magic. Like, okay, on WhatsApp, you send a message to someone in the UK, they receive the message immediately, then they reply you. Everything seems like magic. So, well, from Nigeria, this is the map of Nigeria. From our home, no, let me zoom in. So from our home, let's say I'm in Lagos, and I'm connected through my Wi-Fi, and it connects to my router, and then all the way to my service provider, let's say MTN. And MTN is over here, somewhere here in Lagos. Then through cable, it connects all the way down to, let's say, somewhere in Portugal. So, for example, if that means okay, you want to send from Nigeria. Um, okay, so it's trying to enter and we're having issues. Okay. Okay. So from Nigeria, we sent a request. So, well, we in my house, on my laptop, I entered google.com, and google.com is sent from my laptop to the mast nearest to me. The mast received the request, and through cables that is connected to maybe MTN office, the request is sent to MTN office. So MTN office now connects all the way. Let's say this point here from Lagos here. and let's say Google server is located somewhere, let's say somewhere in, that should be in Portugal. Okay, fine. So Google server is in Portugal. So that means from Lagos here, my request is being sent all the way to Portugal over here. You can see all the way to Portugal. Well, that signal of me looking for the IP address of google.com and looking for those Google files is going to go through these submarine cables. Yeah, you heard that right. Submarine cables. So there are physical cables that goes at the bottom of the sea, at the bottom of the sea floor from Nigeria all the way to Portugal, where Google servers are. If Google servers are probably, let's say they are located in America, so that means if I send a request from my browser, like I want to visit google.com and I click enter on my browser, everything is going to go down through this submarine cable to America where they are located. So Google servers in Portugal says, oh yeah, I have those files. Here they are. So they sent all the files all the way back through these submarine cables back to Nigeria, and through the ISP all the way back to our house, back to your system. Isn't that cool that there is physical cables and they are all connected and creating the internet? Just so you know, there are times where somebody destroys or something happens where these cable connections are cut off, and you sometimes lose internet connection that way. Actually, it happened in, I think in January, whereby MTN and everything, MTN and some service providers are like, they can't provide internet to some parts of from the location to where those files across the world from here. Once it's in Australia and service in Australia, send the request and boom, everything is on your phone. So you know all the requests went through the cables to Australia, get those files and send them back to you. So no. A moment, please. So you can check the report of something that happened to MTN service in West Africa in sometimes back in January. So yeah, the internet backbone is literally just this network all over the world of connected cables, so that we can transfer files, anywhere in the world. So presently, I selected this cable. There are a lot of cables, and they are called the internet backbone. And just to show you how insane this is, someone from uh, Opti Projects, still loading. Okay. So someone from Opti Projects over here mapped out, I believe, I think it's still loading. This picture was, the project was done in, I think, 2012. So it's still loading. As this thing is loading, definitely I'm receiving a lot of packets coming from the server, and they are trying to like reorganize themselves just to give me the actual picture I'm requesting for. So I'm loading this from the server, and you can see it's just loading gradually. Though I can blame this on my network, but then this it shows us a lot of things about what we discussed in the previous sections. Some from also mapped out the network, and you can see over here that one of these dots is an IP address. You can see this is just this particular section, and carving that out, it shows that each dot in that network is an IP address. So that means we have a lot of maybe thousands, millions of devices connected to the internet. Not just millions, but So a computer that is connected to another computer, that is connected to another computer, that is connected to another computer, and that is the internet. So the internet is just all these computers that are just transferring files between each other. And as web developers, this is the coolest thing. That is why I just think everybody should be a web developer, because it is cool. You are allowing all these things to happen. As a web developer, you are allowing a lot of users to connect, a lot of users to request for that from the server, a lot of people to chat on the internet and get messages across, get files across to someone in another location in the world. So you are allowing this transferring of files from one computer to another, transferring knowledge from Nigeria to Portugal and all over the world. And you get to be part of it. You get to be part of this networking, and you get to make it evolve over time. So I hope that gets you excited. And when I found out this, when this kind of picture of the internet came to me, I knew that this was the career for me. So hopefully that gets you excited in the next session. And I'm going to show you something really, really cool. We are going to talk about trace routes. And before we finish up the lesson, uh, okay, because the time is almost gone. This is 6 p.m. So tomorrow, by His grace, we are going to show us how these things uh, actually transport from your home to Portugal, then getting the files and coming back to your phone. I'm not going to show us pictures. I'm going to show us. It's something we can practice on. You can take your system and follow my step, and you are going to see everything. Like, okay, fine. If I request for Facebook.com, so Facebook.com goes here, it's going to have a stop here. Then after that, it's going to reach another bus stop, then another bus stop, then finally getting to the destination server, getting the files, and coming back to my phone. So all this step is something you are going to see practically. So I hope to see you in the next one, hopefully tomorrow. Thank you for being part of today's class. And if we have any question, it's something you can just ask. I'm going to share the link of this particular um, image with us. If we have any question, let's just. I'm going to unmute the speakers now. So, Mr. Emmanuel Arinze. Hello, Mr. Emmanuel. Okay. I think if we have any question, we can raise up our hands, and I'm going to unmute the person so that we can ask questions. But for now, I'm putting everybody on. Hello, Mr. Abelo Lukman. Okay. Okay, Mr. Bello. Hello, Mr. Bello. Hello, Mr. Bello.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you clearly.
Yes, I think it is a very fantastic class, and it is clear so far for me. And I want to thank you. Thank you for the amazing presentation.
Okay, thank you. Mr. Steercom, you have a question for us. Please, if we can mute ourselves, just to so that there won't be any background to be better. Mr. Steercom. Instance Telecom, you can ask your questions, please.